The other one, which is a bit controversial, is this, and depressing to me too, which is in-group bias. Why is it that everywhere in the world, people prefer the company of those they resemble? Resemble can be defined all kinds of ways. Have my same religion, eat the same food that I do, live in the same place that I live in, speak my language, whatever the hell it is. It's very arbitrary, which is another thing. We make arbitrary distinctions, but then we become very committed to them. For example, there's some famous experiments with little children, toddlers, that can be randomly assigned to yellow and green T-shirts. We can test and the toddlers understand that it was random, that they didn't do anything to be given a yellow or a green T-shirt. And then as soon as we do this is called the minimal group paradigm. The toddlers given the yellow T-shirts really like the other yellow T-shirted toddlers. And the toddlers with green T-shirts, they're awful children. They should be punished. It's just an absurd. You can just scratch the surface and elicit from us this preference for our own group, even over a trivial thing like T-shirt color, even to tiny children. So everywhere in the world, we see this in-group bias. The question is why, and there's a very interesting set of ideas, I think likely true, that this in-group bias co-evolved with our capacity for cooperation. Let me give you a little toy model, and then I'll shut up, that explains this. Imagine you have 1,000 people, the population of 1,000 people, and you go to those 1,000 people and you tell them, be nice to each other. If you all work together, it'll be better for you than if you don't work together. If you cooperate with all these 1,000 people, you'll have a more thriving population, and you yourself will fare better than if you are selfish and don't cooperate with these 1,000 people. Well, even in telling this story, the listeners are probably thinking, darn, that's hard to cooperate with 1,000 people. I might be nice to someone and never see them again. Why would I be nice to them? There are 1,000 of us. I might never see them again. Or I can't track them. Like I was nice to you, but now I don't recognize you when I see you again because I can't track 1,000 people and know who 1,000 people are and so on. But now imagine that I come to this population of 1,000 and do something which is known as give it structure. I issue to these 1,000 people 10 flags of different colors, a green flag and a purple flag and a brown flag and so on. And now I form 10 groups of 100 and people are walking around holding these flags. And now I say to you, you know what? Just be nice to the people that are holding your color flag. You should think you probably are feeling more relaxed. That's an easier job, right? I could just be nice to people holding the purple flag and I can ignore the others. I don't have to be mean to them. I don't have to send them to the ovens to burn them. I'll just be nice to the people with purple flags. And it turns out that when you do that, you get more cooperation. The amount of cooperation seen in the 1,000 people and in each individual on average is higher when you've added structure to the population by forming these groups and by encouraging people to just be nice to the in-group. You don't have to encourage them to hate the out-group. That's another wrinkle, which is interesting. Just be nice to your own group. So there are very deep and likely true arguments that our capacity to be nice to each other, to cooperate with each other, to act altruistically, co-evolved with our capacity to make arbitrary distinctions between us and them, and then to be nice just to us. The question is, why so often do we also hate them? Because there's no obvious reason we should hate them. Maybe just being nice to us is enough. And there's another set of ideas as to why we often come to hate them, although it's a little less clear. Anyway, in-group bias is another feature of human social order that is a bit more controversial.
Well, I'd like
Certainly it depresses me. Like, of the social suite, that's the one that's most depressing to me. Like, I find it, I almost didn't want to, I wanted to be dishonest and not include it because I didn't want to talk about it. Because it depresses me that we are such a parochial species, that we like us and hate them. But I think it is a feature of social life. It's seen everywhere, in every group, in all times. It's not possible to suppress it. You can try if you're a totalitarian state, to require everyone to wear the same attire. But it's very difficult to eliminate this.